Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Struggles for Survival, Lesson 11, with your host, me, Mrs. Inman. Okay, so today, what you need to succeed is, of course, your mentor text, a pencil, and a highlighter. Grab those items and let's rock and roll. All right. Today, our learning goal is I can determine the themes of a text from details in a text. We've been talking a lot about themes, and so we're back at it today. Okay, if you turn to page 18 and 19, we're going to do our first read. Okay, remember, you need to circle any words that are difficult or unfamiliar to you. And then also look for the three words I have here: shrewd, plateau, parched. All right? Okay, here we go. The fire and the wave. Long ago in the mountains of Japan, there lived an old, shrewd man named Hamaguchi. Hamaguchi's home was on a wide, flat stretch of land halfway up a mountain between its base and peak, where the earth was rich and favorable for farming. He lived there with his children and grandchildren, and they grew rice together. People from a nearby village also grew rice on the plateau where Hamaguchi's home perched. The village was at the foot of the mountain, right where the land met the sea, and since there was no room in which to farm in the village, people traveled up the mountain to grow and harvest rice to eat and sell. Hamaguchi, old as he was, liked to sit outside in the sun before and after his daily work. His youngest grandson, Tada, liked to sit with him. Together they would observe the village far below and view the enormous sea beyond. One morning, the sky pink with the sunrise, grandfather and grandson took their seats outside, but moments later they felt the ground shift under them. Alarmed, Tada looked at his grandfather, who was twisted around to watch the family house. The walls of the building groaned but did not break. Then, just as suddenly, all was still again. Hamaguchi exhaled slowly in relief. An earthquake, child, he reassured his grandson. Only a small earthquake. Tada looked down towards the village, worried for the people there and their homes. Hamaguchi, however, found himself staring out at the sea. At first his gaze was idle, but then he sat up straight and squinted. Far below, along the beach, the water was pulling back, almost racing away. Enormous stretches of sand and seaweed and rocks were left uncovered in the sun. The villagers were just as shocked as Hamaguchi, and curious, they began walking out onto the exposed seabed. It was as the old man saw this that he felt his stomach clench in fear. He had never seen this change in the ocean following an earthquake, but he had grown up hearing horrendous stories about it. He hurried into the house, calling for his grandson to follow. Tada, bewildered, followed his grandfather inside, where Hamaguchi was holding a torch to the fire in the kitchen. Once it caught the flame climbing the wood, Tada's grandfather thrust the torch into Tada's hands. Hurry, Hamaguchi cried. Take this torch to our rice fields. Frightened, Tada did as he was told. His grandfather caught up to him with his own torch and urged Tada to move faster. They arrived at their fields, and Hamaguchi thrust his torch directly into the stacks of parched brown rice stalks. As flames shot upwards, Tada screamed in fright. All right, so on page 18, I found the word shrewd. Did you? It was one of the very first things that we came across. So shrewd is to have the ability to make good judgments. Write that in your margin. Make sure you've circled the word as well. Also on page 18, we saw the word plateau. All right, and a plateau is a flat area of land higher than the surrounding land. There's a picture of it here. Some of you have maybe heard of plateau before. So make sure you circle that and get that definition written down as well. And you can always pause as well if you need to. And on page 19, parched. Saw the meaning parched. So parched is very dry, which is why it lit up right away in flames, because it was so dry. Let's talk about theme. When we determine the theme, I know you've seen this before, but it's so good to come back and review and just get it into our brains, like, what is theme? So theme is the big idea and author's attitude toward it. Okay, we saw this the other day in a lesson. Can act as a moral or lesson for real life. It's not usually stated. Can usually be summarized in a phrase or a sentence. And it can express how the speaker or narrator reflects on a topic. Remember that there isn't always just one theme per text or one theme per book. When we think about some of the books that we've read or done read alouds this year, there have been multiple themes in each book. All right, so the fire and the wave. Okay, so I circled old, shrewd. Okay, we know that Hamaguchi is old and wise, because remember, shrewd means wise. And then when I get to this paragraph, I've underlined he had never seen this change in the ocean following an earthquake, but he had grown up hearing horrendous stories about it. So this is telling us that Hamaguchi has experienced a lot in his long life. Now, we haven't discussed this, but I don't know, maybe some of you know what's happening here with the water after the earthquake. Think about that. So our theme with all of this, being that he's old and wise, he's experienced a lot in his lifetime, our theme could be wisdom comes from experience. That's a possible theme. So it's your turn. What I want you to do is I want you to note details that support the theme on page 21. So you're going to need to stop and read page 21. Think about the details that support a theme. It says, be sure to annotate your text evidence. What that means is highlight it. Highlight your text evidence. Okay? And you're looking for what theme can you infer from the important details on this page. So you'll need to read it again. Page 21. Not reading it again, but you'll need to read it. Okay? Look at the details that support the theme. Highlight that text evidence once you figure out what you think the theme is. Okay? And then I want you to write that in your margin. Make a note. Okay, well, what is the theme here? All right. Go ahead and get that done. Pause and come back to me and we will go over it. All right, here we go. So, I underlined some text evidence here. Okay. Hamaguchi and the villagers are powerless against the tsunami. It's a tsunami. That's what I was hoping you would maybe know what it was if you've heard that before. So, as Tada grabbed for his grandfather's hand, "Grandfather," he cried, "why have you done this?" In response, Hamaguchi lifted his arm, pointing out to sea. Tada and the crowd of villagers spun around. Far below them, a great wall of water was racing towards shore. 1, 2, the waves seemed to start so far away they were climbing right out of the horizon line. With each crash, more of the village disappeared, pulled from the land and dragged out to sea. A third wave pounded against the foot of the mountain. Unlike the usual calm sea, it was churning and mixing with the land. Then there was nothing to see but earth. The crowd fell silent. This is why I have done this, Hamaguchi said quietly. The crowd looked around. Every villager had raced up the mountain when they had seen the old man's rice fields burning. He had saved all of them from the tsunami. So I read that because Hamaguchi, you're powerless against a tsunami. It takes out whole towns and whole villages. And so he lit his rice on fire to get the people to come from the village to see what's going on up at Hamaguchi's rice field. So the theme here can be quick thinking can save people. Now you might have had something different and that's completely fine. But it should be close to something about, him being wise or quick thinking can save people. So there you have it. Are you a 4, a 3, a 2, or a 1? I can determine the themes of a text from details in a text. There you have it. See you again tomorrow.